Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
Hello all, moving the microphone just a little bit closer to me because I had it a little farther away. But what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993. I'm not live this week for Raw, AEW, and SmackDown. As of me recording this Raw review, I still have to watch the main event of Dynamite because this week ended up being pretty darn busy. So I am behind. I'm quite a bit behind, so I'm just going to do these recorded. Quite frankly, so far, AEW is definitely going to be a little more noteworthy to talk about. Since I'm not doing it live, I'm not going to talk about the CM Punk drama. Well, the stuff with Jon Moxley, his response on his wife's podcast this week. I'll maybe wait for that for next week, but tonight, it's Friday night. I'm going to try to, get caught up with as much wrestling as I can. Maybe get something else uploaded tonight. It's not definite for sure. But I'm just going to breeze through this Raw review. Like I keep saying for the past couple weeks, WrestleMania set. The shows are passable, not horrible, but it's like, I'm good, but I don't have to see more. And that's what this Raw just felt like, except for the main story here, Cody Rhodes overcoming one last obstacle before he gets to Roman Reigns. Of course, he goes face-to-face with Roman tonight on SmackDown, so he had to go through one other obstacle, and that was the Enforcer himself, Solo Sikoa. But we're just going to just breeze through this review real quick. Again, it's going to be pre-recorded just so I can, get caught up. And then we will go from there along our merry ways. But this is the March 27th, 2023 edition of Raw, and it took place in Phoenix, Arizona. The show opened up with an edition of Miz TV, and of course, Miz will be the host of WrestleMania 39, which takes place this weekend, tomorrow night and Sunday night. Now, the card for WrestleMania 39 was released, as I will post it on my Instagram, also for which matches are what night. I will also, of course, be sure to, get my WrestleMania post for the day updated as well, and just go from there. But again, busy week, just not much to say. And I also went to Fozzy last night also. Make sure to check out my posts on Twitter and Instagram for those. Chris Jericho did retweet 3 of my posts from that, which is pretty cool. We will roll from there. We'll get started and talk about the show really quickly here. We open with Miz TV. I don't know how I got off track there. And basically Miz was interviewing Becky, Trish, and Lita. Becky just fired a few shots at the Miz and his tiny balls. Can we please move on from that? This whole tiny ball stuff is just, it was funny when it started. Now it's just like, it's not funny anymore. But basically, she dissed on Miz, and then he said something about dissed on Maurice and whatnot. Damage Control came out. They went a little back and forth saying how they're going to win. And once again, you can't take them seriously because they've been booked like shit. But it leads to a match with Becky Lynch and Io Sky. And you can tell, Io Sky for sure, again, I keep saying, Damage Control just has not been booked well at all. And, Io Sky has definitely digressed, as she's been booked more of like a secondhand lackey, basically, instead of the main event star we all know she was in NXT. But you can tell that Becky tried to make her look good in this match. And it was a solid match. I'll give it that. Becky, of course, though, does get the win. And again, we get ready for that trios. Not trios. Yeah, the 6-woman tag match, which I predicted to open night 2. It will not open night 2 as it will be on night 1 tomorrow night, where I'm still predicting Becky, Trish, and Lita to win. And after the match, Trish will turn on Becky. Again, like I said, you could go have Damage Control win and have Trish turn on them and cost them the match. But as I keep saying, Damage Control, even if they win, they have nothing to gain from this. And how would that make Becky Lynch look if she lost to Damage Control? Because again, they're jokes. If they had a few more big wins underneath them, okay, I would take them winning. But again, it's just, I don't care. I just don't care. Well, I mean, okay, the match would be good, but I just don't care to see Damage Control win. But I'm still going with that. While being interviewed by Kathy Kelly backstage, Seth Rollins was confronted by Mustafa Ali, who's now saying his phrase "positive Ali" or something like that, which sounds a little corny. Hope to God Vince doesn't have his paws on that, but yeah, Ali has been like, is he a heel? I can't tell if he's a heel, but basically, him and Seth mentions how months back, they kind of had like a thing going when the roles were reversed, where Seth was the heel and Ali was the face. And Seth's like, why don't we get that fight over with tonight that we've been wanting to do for a long time? I'm thinking, wish they would have done that as an actual feud for the U.S. title. But they had a quick, somewhat squash match. Seth Rollins and Mustafa Ali. Seth Rollins beat him. But of course, he also had credit to Ali, who I've always given credit to as a great seller, Seth Rollins gave him 2 very vicious looking curb stomps. One of them while Ali was in like the Tree of Low, and the other one while just normally, but he sold them pretty good. And then afterwards, Seth Rollins cuts a promo about he cannot wait to get his hands on Logan Paul. And basically said, Logan, this is what you're going to be hearing on Sunday. And he just lets everybody sing his song. So there was that. After that, we didn't have Baron Corbin, Chelsea Green, and Sonya Deville complaining to Adam Pearce. Although Chelsea Green did not complain about Ronda and Shayna not having to qualify, she was willing to qualify. Well, first, she's complaining because she didn't have a tag team partner, because Carmella apparently is injured. I'd rather, of course, have them team up. And I guess Piper Niven wanted nothing to do with Chelsea Green. So the other person who has had beef with Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville, says she'll team up with her, as they'll take on a team of Candice LeRae and Mia Yim to qualify for the final spot in the women's Fatal 4-Way Showcase match. Then Baron Corbin, he got nothing to do, and basically he gets left high and dry. But I think he's in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is going to be tonight. So that happens there. So we get that, and then Brock Lesnar and Omos have a weigh-in. I think Omos weighed in, and he had like 410 pounds. Brock didn't even weigh himself in. He just came out there and just tried to pick a fight with Omos, but then got scared away when Omos picked up the scale by his big paws and whatnot. Again, I can still give 2 shits about this match. I can't even give 1 shit about this match. I just don't care. It's going to be on night 2. Maybe it'll open night, because again, my original written opening match for night 2 was going to be the women's 6-woman tag match, but maybe it'll be Omos and Brock. Maybe Brock just wants to, get the match out of the way with and just go home, like he did at WrestleMania 35. Just do that. Come in, F5 Omos, pin him, go home, Brock. That's all you got to do. We also have Rhea Ripley cutting another promo about how she needs to be a star, and she has to do that by defeating Charlotte. The same promo we've heard how many times for a couple weeks now. We had like an 8-man tag match. The babyface is taking on the heels for that men's WrestleMania Fatal 4-Way Showcase match. Street Profits and Braun Strowman and Ricochet teamed up against Chad Gable, Otis, Eric, and Ivar. Montez Ford got the pinfall victory. I think Otis left during the match because he was, being recruited by the Maximum Male Models. Again, I can't remember, but Babyfaces won there. That'll be fun. Again, I'm a little more interested in the men's Fatal 4-Way Showcase match than the women's, because the women's is too obvious. Ronda and Shayna's winning that. Again, I'd rather see Chelsea Green get the win in that match, but it's going to be Ronda and Shayna. Just a setup for them to dethrone Becky and Lita for the women's tag titles. On the plus side, though, it could finally lead to build for that one-on-one match with Becky and Ronda, but Ronda's got to get her heart back into it. Of course, she did express some creative frustration on Instagram recently also as well. So, I don't blame her, but because they were trying to she wasn't happy with the creative direction that she was given, but we'll see whoever she's able to work with and the rest of this women's division. We had Cody Rhodes kind of promo, hype up his match later on against Solo Sikoa, and how he will beat Roman Reigns on Sunday. We also had a promo with Austin Theory from earlier today, and he was in an empty arena, and basically, I think it was, I like this, as I'm saying, the beef I have with the John Cena and Austin Theory feuds, again, I'm still intrigued by the match, but it's like, John Cena really set up Austin Theory to have to prove himself. And other than him getting, a couple solid victories over each member of the Street Profits and just say he's going to beat John Cena, this was the promo they did here, where basically he kind of referred back to that line where John Cena made how, how he had to get noises piped in for him, to make him popular, whatever the heck it was, that line he made about the piped in noises. And Austin Theory cuts his promo in an empty arena saying how he doesn't need noises, he doesn't need anybody, he just needs him, that's all that matters and whatnot. Okay, I wish this was kind of getting into another gear a little bit. I wish they would have done this the week after John Cena buried Austin Theory on the microphone. Because I don't know, I just feel Austin has something to prove, but it's he needs at least a little bit of momentum going into the match to make me believe he has a little more of a chance against Cena, but I feel he didn't quite get enough. And again, this whole idea that it's opening up night one, I'm is this because John has to get back on a plane and fly off? Is this a Brock Lesnar where John has to get in and get the match over to leave? It's that takes me out of the match a little bit. Just a little bit, because I'm just is he going to be focused on the match? Or it's kind of why was he even doing this program if he was that busy? And couldn't even, I wish they would have done something they could have done something on a video or on a Tron or something like that. With him, kind of saying something or whatnot. I just really think that this feud could have had a little bit more of a build to it. As a lot of the feuds could have, honestly. But so yeah, but I do like how he cut that promo. Again, I just wish it would have happened a little sooner. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville did defeat Candice LeRae and Mia Yim to qualify the final spot. Paul Heyman warns Cody that Solo Sikoa is here to weaken him before Sunday's match. Rey Mysterio then would fight Damian Priest, with Dominic Mysterio attacking Rey to cause a DQ, but then Legado del Fantasma makes the save. I'm pretty sure they will be impact. They'll have some sort of impact on the match with Rey and Dominic. And speaking of which, I forgot. Oh yeah, it's on night 2, I think. Well, here, where's the post? I gotta find the post. Hold on here. Where is the post? I gotta double check it. Where is the WrestleMania card? WrestleMania 39. I thought it was on night 2, but I cannot remember for sure. Where is it? Oh, I'm sorry. It is on night 1. Okay, cool. It is on night one. Okay, so that is on night one. And again, I still do believe Legado del Fantasma will get involved in that match. I can see them turning on Rey. I can just see it. I don't know. I still think Dom should win that match. Because again, this match is going to be the match where it's like, Rey still has like that soft side to him. And then this match is going to make it more personal for a match later on. So we had that. Gunther randomly appeared on Raw just to squash Dolph Ziggler. And then the main event, Cody Rhodes defeated Solo Sikoa, handing Solo his first loss. Well, the Usos came out to help Solo, and then Sammy and Kevin fought them off. And eventually it led to Cody getting the victory over Solo. Mr. You're Not Ready, handing Solo his first loss on the main roster, which I was fine with. They built it up well enough with Solo, being the enforcer, being, the undefeated. He was dominating. The story fit for the loss. So I'm not like, oh no, Solo's buried now. No. The story fit for the loss. It's okay. Because Solo is going to be just fine. And that was Raw. Again, I gave it a C+. It was decent. I mean, it was more so like a... It wasn't boring, but it was like... It was more so like, hey, this is happening type of a show. So no harm done. Just a C+. Not much to really talk about. That's my brief thoughts. Again, I will try to do AEW and maybe SmackDown tonight. Also, I still gotta watch SmackDown. I still have to finish Dynamite though also. So we'll see how that goes. And I didn't do my introduction at the beginning, I realized. So yeah, I'll do it at the end here. So guys, that's my brief thoughts on Raw. I gave the C+. What are your guys' thoughts on the go-home show of Raw for WrestleMania? Please leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at the Club of the Man 93. Also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. And as always, remember guys, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself.